What is our project today? I think it has to do with this here. Look, here's some cover plates, light switch cover plates, electrical outlet, duplex outlet, cover plates, and I've got a box here with some stuff in here. What is this? Non-metallic metal commercial electric gasket. What's these gaskets for? You shouldn't have to use gaskets for interior electrical cover plates and light switches and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm going to show you why these are so important to use inside your house. Stick around. Okay, I'm going to do this, but first I want to look at these and see if this is kind of facing straight or not. These look pretty good, but every once in a while you're going to find some that aren't. Look at these over here. See, that one's pretty much straight. That one's pretty much straight. This one here, yeah, I got to screw it in a little bit, but can you see it's kind of coming out at a slight angle? It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to see on here, but I can tell this is tilted, and so I'm going to have to find the power, find the electrical breaker for this light switch so that I can unscrew this out. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to tweak it over, bend it over so that this side is pushed in. If I put the cover plate on here, these will be flush to the front side of the cover plate, but this side's going to stick out of the cover plate. And I like to make sure that all of them kind of line up to the cover plate. That's just kind of one of my pet peeves, because you know most electricians aren't going to really do that. Aren't going to leave it angled. And see this one here, I know this should be pushed in. This is just how it was when I took it off. And before you put anything on, you just want to check. I could see this one's just slightly off, but not too bad. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that cover plate, I mean, you could do a mock test on here, and let's just get this. Oh, this one, look at that. I've got to clean these. I've got to clean this one off too, and I like to clean off the covers before I install them. Okay, this one looks pretty clean, but you know, I'll probably wipe it a little bit, and then I can kind of set it up here and do just a slight mock run, so to speak. Push it in there and look at that, make sure it lines up. If it didn't, sometimes even if it fits in the groove, you might see a slight gap and it might be tight. Like see on this light switch here, there's a slight gap right there. It's really tight over here. So I know even though that this fits in the square, the rectangle, I could push this bottom over, couldn't I? If I wanted, I could take this. I got to be careful because the power's on. I could push it over and tighten it back. Like that. And now I get that on there. See there? Now the gap's slightly more on this side than that side because I pushed it over just a hair too far. And what I could do is I could leave the screw ever so loose if I wanted. And then these two will hold this one in place. You know, if you wanted to do that. See, that's fine. That's fine now. And I see there's a little bit of paint on the side there and on the side. And so I've got to, oh geez. I've got to I want to clean that off. I'll probably spend a little bit of time with that. See, when I put the masking tape on there, some paint got in just on the edge of the masking tape. And it's just enough to kind of cause your cover plate not to be white all the way. I don't want to see any little bit of paint sticking around on the edges. And on these lights, speaking of that, you want to make sure that you don't have any drops of paint on the top. I don't think I do. It's just like these have probably never been cleaned for 15 years. And you could have paint droppings from the last place, the last time it was painted, or if you didn't get your masking tape up over it, if you just had it straight, you didn't have it kind of pushed back in, you could have a little bit of paint drip on there. And who likes to see that? You know, you could check your edges if you didn't get your masking tape all the way. Check the edges of this and all that. That looks fine. Okay, just a few little things you can check. Now I can get down here and go ahead and cut this out. Okay. I think you know what I'm going to do now, and I've got to do it. I've got to do it one way or another, and so I'm going to just shave off just a hair on this first one, because I want it to fit in there without smashing it in. Okay, now I've got to line that up. I'm not sure if I have to trim that edge or not, so I'm going to look at this. It looks like it's just right. That looks pretty close. If anything, it needs to be shaved 1/16. Let's just try it. And see, I know the middle has to come out, so I'm going to go ahead and pop the middle out. Okay. I remember which little edge I trimmed. And now I've got to trim this other one. I've got to guess at it. And I'm going to try to line it straight up to that. And it looks... Yeah, see, I'm not just beyond that curve. I'm not going to cut it all the way first. I'm going to cut quite a bit off. Yeah, just about to that curve, it looks like. And you can eyeball stuff, can't you? Yeah, got it right. Perfect, where it needs to go. Okay, now can you see I'm going to do the very same thing for this one, and it's going to fit over there, like that. And then I can take these two little pieces, and I can cut, I can actually fill in both top and bottom, and then I'll have to kind of pooch a little hole in there through the foam, and I can do that. And I know these are going to be the top, the little top bit. Take those out. Okay, like that. There. All I have to do, one more of those exactly like that, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Now see, I guess I didn't need to save all those extra ones because the piece that I cut from the top and bottom was the piece that was right in here. And after I cut them, I just took my little scratch awl and I held it in there, and I pushed on the scratch awl from the back to create just a little hole all the way through there that I can get my screw up in there. See there? I got that whole thing done with just 2. I didn't need 3 after all, did I? Okay? And so now I'm ready to screw that up to the wall, just like that.